Hi, I'm Hannah Kennedy, and I'm here with Mickey Crowe to talk a little bit about effective training. Thank you so much for coming. So can you tell us, what is your definition of what truly effective training is?
It's great to be here, Hannah.
Thank
One of the definitions that I like to use is that truly effective training is that which brings about a change in not only attitude, but in action. Therefore, if the trainer is providing the material correctly, and the audience or the recipients are engaged, then you're going to have a successful outcome.
Okay. So you do a lot of workshops. What would you say are some of the challenges you face when conducting one?
Oh, one of the biggest challenges that I face is coordinating with the host.
Oh, why?
We'll have situations where perhaps the projector doesn't arrive.
Okay.
There's no electrical outlets, there's no screen. Little things that can radically impact the ability to provide the training.
Yeah. So how do you stick to the subject at hand while dealing with all the various experience levels in a class?
One of the challenges that I've found is that I do not want to be talking down or talking up to a group.
Sure.
So I will have everyone introduce themselves.
Mm-hmm.
And in getting that introduction, one person will say, well, I started yesterday, and I'm here because my boss told me I have to be here.
Sure.
And the next person may say, you can't teach me anything. I already know this material. And I have to find a way of bringing them all together by the end of the class.
Okay, so have you ever experienced a situation in a class where someone has acted out or any difficult situations like that in a workshop?
Too often. The main thing is this: when someone is acting out, sometimes they want some attention.
Sure.
Many times I'll take them aside during a break and talk to them and ask them to basically be an adult and help me. I may even get them engaged in the class and get them to help me in some special way.
Okay. So would you say training adults is different than training school kids, or are they the same? Or is there
Absolutely. I believe that you have to treat adults like adults. If you try to teach them like a classroom setting, many
Sure.
of them will just shut down on you.
Okay.
Whereas if you treat them as adults and you respect that, and many times I'll give them permission. I'll say, look, if you need to stand up, if you need to take a break, if you need to do something, you're adults, go ahead and do it. Just try not to disrupt the class. And people appreciate being respected.
Yeah, they really do. Do you ever experience other things like language barriers too when you teach a workshop or lead a class?
Actually, I have. The worst situation was when I walked into a class and virtually no one spoke English.
Oh, my goodness.
So I had to make a last minute, I found someone in the last minute change and had someone translate for me. It worked out.
Oh, wow.
But
Yeah.
the host really just took for granted that that everyone could understand and they didn't.
Oh my goodness. So, what is your opinion on the pass-fail written testing to verify knowledge retention?
I believe that most tests, written tests or any kind of test, is really to document or verify whether I've done my job.
Okay.
I don't like pass-fail in that really even taking the test should be reinforcing the information and should be a learning experience.
Sure. More people need to think like that, I think. So, what advice do you have for anyone attending a class to get the most from it?
Go with an open mind and go committed to learn. Sit down and take notes, ask questions, be engaged, and be determined that when you leave, you're going to know something you didn't know when you first came to the class.
Wow. Well, that's great advice. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you.
So, it's been a pleasure. And thank you, everyone, for tuning in.